All right, so I've been teasing for a while that we've had a huge care package come from F-150 LEDs, and everything has officially arrived. Look at all these goodies we have to throw onto the Lariat, and I'm not too sure yet if all this is gonna go on, but we are gonna start with one of my favorite mods, which is right here. I'm trying to find it for a second there. The Gen 3 LED Raptor grill kit for this F-150 Lariat. Now, I made a short asking you guys where I should put the lights in the grill, because there's a few options. A couple of you guys had said to put it down here beside the emblem. A few of you guys said put it up here in the grill, but a majority of you guys have said put it to the very top of the grill, which I do agree with. I think that looks the best, and I think that's what we're gonna do today. And then the rest of this will get installed in due time, and I'll give you a little bit of a sneak peek the next mod we're gonna do after the Raptor grill light. So for those of you following the Tremor build, you know we have the auxiliary switch panel on the top of the roof, and obviously with this Lariat, we do not have that feature, so F-150 LED has sent us their auxiliary switch panel, which I'll give it a crack open here. And right away we have our decals, our stickers for the switches. And then we have this fuse box that we can tie 6 devices into. And then this very nice sort of keypad here that we will be mounting somewhere inside the interior that has buttons to control whichever lighting. Well, we have a lot of lighting options here. So we're gonna have like hood lights, bumper lights, grill lights, all that kind of stuff. And this guy will allow us to select and configure all that by simply running this cable from the inside to the engine bay. So this will be the next mod I do, because once I get this installed, we can start attaching all the auxiliary lighting. But yeah, lots of lighting mods to come on this truck. I hope it all comes together nicely and we don't overdo it, but we're gonna do our best to tastefully mod this truck out and give it that sort of step above the rest and get ready for sale. So this is the entirety of the kit right here. We have our sort of splitters, we have our main wiring harness, and then we have our individual amber grill lights. Now this is the box they came in. I opted for, as you can kind of see right here, the 5 option LED light. So we have an extra one right here. I wasn't too sure what I wanted to do yet. And then we obviously went with the amber lights. You can choose white if you think white would suit your truck better, have white grill lights. But very, very easy install, because this guy right here is only suitable for 3 connections. They provide these splitters right here. So this is your main trunk. And then when you attach it all together, you now have 5 ends for your 5 individual grill lights. So you have the 2 coming off of each of the splitters, and then your individual one. So that's how everything will look. But because we only have the 4 lights, we only need the 1 splitter. So I will be taking one of these off, putting this aside, and then just rocking with the 4 connections for our grill lights. Now F-150 LEDs sent us this headlight accessory connector. You can also pick this up on their website, and this is going to make the install a lot easier. So if we take it out of the packaging, what we have is an inline splice for our headlight connector. So we take our OEM headlight connector out, plug it into here, and now plug this new end back into our headlight. And what we're given is a positive, which is going to be shown by the red wire, and a negative, which is going to be shown by the black wire here. And we actually have 2 terminal ports now where we can connect auxiliary lighting onto it. So we're going to be taking our red and black off of our main power harness here, and we're simply going to be tying this into, you know, the red on this guy here, and then taking the black wire from here and tying it into our black. And then that will give us, this will kind of integrate our grill lights with how the headlights behave. So whenever we open the doors, whenever we start the truck up, whenever the daytime running lights come on, these should activate, and we don't have to worry about putting it on an auxiliary switch or anything of the source. So this should be a fairly simple and quick install. Let's get right into it. So the first thing I'm gonna do is get my grill lights all installed, and I wanna take one of my wipes, my alcohol wipes that are provided by F-150 LEDs, and we're just gonna rub thoroughly the slots that we are going to be using. Now the reason why we're going with the 4 lights is because we don't have a center slot on this grill to put a grill light. So you could always cut it out, take a zip cut or however you want to do it, and you can cut out a little part of this tab here to fit a center light, to put a light in there, and then go ahead and put your other 2 on either side of it in the spacing provided. But for ease of installation this time around, and just do something a little bit different because we have the 3 light look on our Tremor already, and just to kind of give this a little bit of separation from that Raptor sort of look, we're gonna go with the 4 light, and we have even spacing on this grill to do such. Now one thing I need to be mindful of is how I run the wires through the grill, because I don't really have a hole I can immediately pop into, and I don't want these wires too terribly exposed in the grill at the same time. I want to be able to make this look as OEM as possible. So we'll have to find a place to sort of tuck the wires up and get them back into our engine bay without all the wiring being exposed in the grill. So I'm wondering if I lift all these tabs up here, if I can get some separation between my grill and sort of the trim here to slip the wires through. So we'll see in a sec here. Yeah, and then if we kind of pull this away, that'll actually give me separation to run my wires. And I think for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to take all these guys off here. So by removing this bonnet, what that allows us to do is gives us that sort of clear separation between the grill and the kind of the frame here, as we'll call it. But now I can slip my wires all through here. So if I start with one of my grill lights here, and what I can do now is just lift this, and then we can just push it right into the engine bay here. And all we have to do is just mount it to the top of our grill. So we take the 3M tape off, we stick to the top, and now we have our wire already in our engine bay, ready to run over to its position. And there is a gap here, so this wire is not gonna get pinched once you put your sort of plugs back in your top of your grill here. This wire is free to move around in here without any issues of it getting pinched. So let's get the rest of our lights ran. And then once you have your lights in their position, then you can take the 3M tape off, stick them to the grill, and then we can work on running the wiring to the headlights. All right, so far so good. We have all of our lights nicely mounted on the top of the grill there. Now that we've done that, we can work on our wiring, and this part should be very straightforward. And then before we go any further, what I'm gonna do is just quickly tidy up all these cables here so everything is just nicely right where we need it to be before attaching it to our other cables. So then I just nicely ended up tie wrapping everything to these sort of bottom supports right there on the grill. You can see my tie wraps and kind of where they're tied to, just to kind of keep everything neat, especially once we put our bonnet back on. So this is our main trunk cable that our 4 amber grill lights are going to be attaching to. So we want to just kind of quickly route this through. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of fold this in half here, just to make it easy to shove. So I have them routed through the frame here. I'll show you guys in a second what that looks like. And then we'll attach one of our splitters here. And we'll pull back some of this slack here because we definitely don't need all of this up here. And then we can start attaching our cables here. There's a lot of length on some of these guys, so we'll have to find a place to hide, to certainly hide the slack. Okay, so we have everything connected, and we want to be able to like maybe make a nice little bundle here because we want this to be fairly accessible, these connections. So I'm not too sure if we just hide it kind of under the bonnet here. A lot of our excess wire, which is what I'm leaning towards, is just kind of making a nice bundle here with some zip ties or electrical tape, and then just leaving it hidden under the bonnet here. And then we can run the rest of this nicely into the engine bay. I'm going to just throw a couple tie wraps on this, and then I'll just tie the whole bundle down here. So then I have the bundle right here. So what I'm gonna do is put that bonnet back on and see if everything is covered without being sort of disrupted. And I don't want this to get pinched down, but that's all of our excessive wire that we have just tucked there, nicely tie wrapped there. It's easy to access for future. And then we have our cable running down here, and it runs through this kind of hole here in your subframe and then down into the engine bay, and it comes up right here. So pretty clean install for the most part. Once we have the bonnet back on, you shouldn't be able to see any of this stuff. And then this wire is going to attach to our headlight harness right here like I showed you guys earlier. So we'll do this part in a minute. I'm gonna get the plastic bonnet put back on and get this all cleaned up, and then we'll do the last bit of engine work there. So the bonnet went on fine. All we have to do is our connection to our headlight. So this is gonna be very hard to show you guys, but if you reach your hand down here, you will fill a harness that looks just like this guy here, and you're gonna pull it out of the back of your headlight. So if I put my hand down here, and if you have a bigger forearm than me, you might have to take your air box off and your snorkel off, which will give you lots of visibility down here. If I put my hand down here, I can feel it So pull it off. And then there is my headlight connection right there. We're going to take the provided F-150 LED connection. We are going to plug it in until we hear the click. And now this new connection plugs into the back of our headlight, giving us two auxiliary wires, a positive and a negative, to attach any future lighting mods we want to attach to it. In this case, our grill lights. So I'm going to plug this guy back in. And then you're left with two very accessible headlight connections. So I know you guys couldn't see that sort of connection to the headlight, but like I said, feel around down there, you'll fill it, you'll push the button, you'll unplug it. If it makes it easier, you can take your whole air box out, then you'll for sure see it. But I've done this a few times, so for me, I kind of know where I'm reaching and I know where I'm pulling out. Now we are left with a ton of length. Obviously F-150 LEDs isn't sure how or where everyone's gonna run their wires, so they wanna make sure to give you more length than not. You can always cut it. But be careful when you're cutting it because you will lose your fused end. And you want to make sure that any auxiliary lighting you have or any auxiliary equipment you have on your truck, you want it to be individually fused so that if you are attached to your headlight like we currently are and your lights malfunction, you don't take out the fuse and all of a sudden you've lost all of your headlights or more important, accessories or vehicle equipment, down the road. So you want to make sure you always individually fuse your equipment on the positive. In this guy here, it's, hello kitty. In this guy here, it's a 5 amp fuse, so a very low draw fuse because LEDs are very low draw. So 5 amp fuse to protect these, this circuit basically, because the last thing you want to do is take out your OEM equipment when aftermarket equipment fails. Now for the video itself, I'm going to just make the connection with what I'm given. I am going to later just cut it and butt splice a fuse back onto my positive to shorten this connection here. But because I want to just give you guys a quick idea of how this all looks, we attach our leads off of our cable, red to red on here. You can see the red wire there. And then the black goes to the black guy right here. And then we'll nicely tuck this somewhere along here where it's nice and accessible and get rid of the 10-foot length we have here. I don't want to bundle this all up too and keep this somewhere in the engine bay. And then if we go ahead and we open our door, just kind of leave it like that. Voila. There's our new and improved grill lights on the Lariat. And we will pull this truck out yet, but that is awesome. I think the 4-light look really suits this truck. I really do. So I'm excited to see how this kind of looks from a distance. But what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get this rest of this clean. I'm gonna cut this, just relocate the fuse, butt splice it, and then I'm going to remake these same connections here, but I'm just gonna really shorten this. And then we'll find a nice place to put it right here. So I will do that right away and show you guys momentarily how this all is cleaned up. And then we'll pull the truck out and see how it all looks. All right, so we have everything done. And what I did is I actually had these sort of, these connectors left over. I don't know what you want to call them, these little mounting brackets. They just 3M onto the engine bay right there. And these are for our Boost Auto Ion Series door handles that we put on the Tremor. So I have these just kind of right here, and then I have the cable clipped along there. And then we have our two little positive and negative guys accessible if we ever want to add future auxiliary wiring onto those. So they are right there and everything is nicely tucked away. So let's just close the hood here. I'll just go ahead and turn. Yeah, I think it looks really, really nice. The four definitely suit what we're kind of going for on this truck. And sort of that almost clone trooper look, minus the black wheels there. So let's go and pull this out and see what everything kind of looks like from a distance. And unfortunately, we're at that time of the year again where we lose daylight so fast, and the evenings where I used to have lots of time to shoot are slowly dwindling of daylight. So we are going to be doing this a little bit in the dusk here, I guess kind of almost dark outside. So hopefully I can make this sort of outro quick on the Raptor grill light install. And that's why I really, really need to build a shop for the future content for the channel. And we have all this room here in the future to build a shop. That is not my equipment there. That is my father-in-law stuff. And I let him use this corner lot of mine for quite some time to sort of lay down all of his material for his business. And the time has come where they are moving on, and I'll finally get this corner lot to myself to kind of have as a bit of a stomping ground, and maybe in the future put a shop over there somewhere. We will see. The house is, you know, past those trees over there. You might be able to see it in the shot, but lots of room here to grow, lots of room here to work with, and have a nice little stomping ground for doing drifts. You know, maybe building a bit of an off-road obstacle course over here. But nonetheless, lots of fun to come with this corner lot. Very excited to see what the future brings. But as you guys can see in the background, there are the Raptor lights. They turned out really, really good. The 4-light look looks really good on the truck. You know, not our traditional 3-light like the Raptors have and my Tremor, but the 4 lights complement the overall build really, really well. It kind of helps it stand out, a little bit more unique way to go when doing the grill lights, but very happy nonetheless how it all turned out. And putting them near the top was definitely the right call here. They look really, really good up there and really help give that front end a bit more of an aggressive look overall. And obviously during the install, we did tie these in with the daytime running lights, so they are on without the headlights having to be on, but you guys can wire them however you like, whatever works for you. And for those of you that aren't familiar with F-150 LED products, go check out the website. They got everything F-150, F-250, F-350 related. They have some Ranger stuff, basically any Ford truck, any Ford off-road vehicle, but heavily into the F-150s. And I've never had an F-150 LED product fail on me yet. So I can definitely speak on the quality. I'm not just saying they're good because I put them on all my trucks. They are fantastic. They perform really well. And like I said, I have never had one fail on me ever. We have lots more F-150 LED products to come for this truck. I have a lower, I'm gonna be removing this license plate and putting an LED light bar in the lower grille there, as well as our hood lights. We have a bumper bar that's gonna be like a big LED curved bar. It's gonna be going on the bumper here. Not sure if I'm gonna be installing that just yet, but then we have some reverse lights going on this truck too, as well as the tailgate LED bar down below here. So we have the bar that's gonna be kind of running down below there, some LED reverse pods tied into our trailer brake light, or I should say trailer harness. We have some bed lights that we're going to install from them, as well as a couple interior lighting mods. We have some door sills that we'll be putting in, some Lariat door sills. We have an LED strip to light up the sort of like this right here doesn't get lit up from factory, unfortunately. So we have a nice LED strip that's going to be going underneath here to illuminate our park, reverse, neutral drive, and manual. So if you have any questions regarding the install of the grill light itself, make sure you guys comment below. I will answer. Aside from that, that's all I have for you guys in this video today. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.